Oh my God, what is going on? Facebook. Take its good old time. I have no picture. There we go. Okay, who we all got in here today? Hey, everybody. Hey, Catherine. Check my window. Let's see. Yeah, it looks all right, I guess. Yeah. Always takes a few minutes to get things set up. Sorry about that. Hi, Allie. Hey, Marcella. Still daytime here. It's not evening quite yet. Kind of pre-evening. It's only going on 4:30. I've been gone since Thursday, so I'm sorry about that. Hey, Holly. Yeah, I wouldn't call it beautiful. It's okay. It's just okay. I don't like a new haircut. It looks choppy. It looks like it was just cut. I don't like that. So I just come in from outside. I had the dog out in the yard for a little while, and the wind got to it and blew it around. I don't care. I don't know why I've got the orange light and not the green light here. I don't know what's going on. The internet here today has been painfully slow. No idea why. And what I pay for internet, there's no need of it. I should have the best of the best of the best. Anyways, let's get started here. We'll get right into the Leo reading for October. I know it's late, but some of it's better than none at all. Put it that way. There we go. Put that over there. Put that over there. I'm burning this for October readings. I'm burning from Intuitive Candles my Majestic Rose here right behind me. It's yet to give me my reveal. Anybody new, these are 100% soy-based candles that will, they're made at 100% soy wax. Easy cleanup, no black burning, anything like that. Double wick, good 40+ hour clean burn, depending on if you had a draft or a window open, right? Different for everybody. When the matte wax melts down, you're left with a beautiful reveal, such as my beautiful Lilith here, and she's the good Lilith, not the bad one, so don't anybody read into that. She's a red carnelian and a semi-precious stone. She is what I do. She is my companion. I wish my light would turn green. I don't know what's going on here, really. So anyways, they run a 10% discount that if you use the promo code BOFF10, BOFF10 stands for Bay of Fundy Fortunes, the number 10. Get you 10% off your whole complete order. They ship internationally, which means worldwide. If you're having a problem with the form, just message them. They're more than happy to mail it out to you. I think that's it for them, isn't it? I feel like I'm forgetting something major, but anyway, intuitivecandles.com. There's my green light. Here we go, Leo. What's going on for Leo for August? What is going on for Leo for the month of August 2019 in this general public reading? May not resonate with you. There's no guarantees, no promises. This is just a reading. Some people get something out of it. Some people get everything out of it. And some people get the odd thing here and there that'll resonate. Some people won't get a darn thing. Move on to another reader. There's a ton of us out there till you find the right one for you. I advise it. All right, I'm going to cut right here, everybody. I'm going to cut right here. All right, where's my Lilith? There she is. Okay, Lilith. Of the top 5 cards, as this deck stands, the cards that are meant for this October general free public reading for the sign of Leo, the Lion, for the month of October 2019, are these the top 5 cards that are meant for this spread. She kicked in, said yes right away. She's not swaying in any other direction. So, we're going to go with that. All right, let's see here. Bring the camera down. And let's see what we've got for you, Leo. Okay, we've got first card is always your overall energy for the month of October, or what's left of it. Nice card. You've got the Knight of Pentacles and loyalty. Great stuff. Great stuff. Second card is your wealth and your finances. The Vortex. Mind yourself, Leo. Mind yourself. Mind yourself. Watch your back. Watch in front. Oh my goodness. Here we go, Leo. Jumping Jehoshaphat. We've got in your family sector, your intimate relationships, friendships, family. We've got the 8 of Swords and restrictions. Seems kind of intense already. Your challenges, should there be any for October, is the King of Cups and understanding. Having patience is what I just heard for you. Last card, your message from Spirit, card number 5, is the 3 of Pentacles and recognition. I've not had this card in quite some time. So there you are, Leo. This is your spread for October, what's left of the month. We're already a week in, and I apologize. It's just the way things played out. 2 more signs to go, and I would have been done on Thursday, and I didn't make it. So, here we are. And I'll probably be doing mini readings tonight for those of you that want to come out and hang out. I'll probably be doing that as well. A little earlier, maybe about 7-ish my time. That's Atlantic time, not Eastern. Okay, Eastern, they're an hour's difference. This is Atlantic time. So the Knight of Pentacles we have here is, let me bring my own window up so I know I'm holding the card appropriately so that it can be seen. Cutting half my head off. Got my lights. There. Okay. Everything's backwards in these. There we go. Anyway, you know what he looks like, right? Okay. So, and as you've take notice, I've still not put my keywords and advices on the back. So, out comes the book again. Well, you've got the Knight of Pentacles, and this energy is all about paying loyalty and loyalty being given back in return for a lot of you. Learning a life lesson about loyalty is something else that's coming through for some of you. It's also a card of devotion, card of permanence. seeing things through thick and thin. Let's get the book. Because knights are a lot like pages. They usually carry some kind of message into you. So, one thing about this card, it moves slowly. He does not move quickly. This energy does not move quickly. This energy comes in and it prompts you and gives you a little nudge, a mental nudge saying, check out the details of whatever it is that you're dealing with and whatever it is that you're going through. Make sure and get detail oriented here. This could prove to be important. And if it doesn't, it'll at very least bring you some peace of mind knowing that you did go over the details even if you didn't have to. So you can put anything to rest that needs to be put to rest, which is a great thing. But you're planning all your moves with care. This is a card of self-safety, being cautious, not jumping the gun. It's not the most charming energy, but loyal and trustworthy more than makes up for everything else that this turns out to be is somebody outside of yourself that's in your life. If this is somebody that's outside of you, that's in your life, a big part of your life, or the most forefront thing in your life right now, this card brings about business, investments, projects, goals, and targets that some of you may be trying to make, whatever it is. This energy can be taken very seriously. This loyalty even to a dream that you have, creating something the best to your abilities and giving that all your attention and all your worth shows another sign of loyalty, whether it be for you or for somebody else. Sometimes when it comes to property, he's associated with choosing the perfect home. So that energy could accompany somebody trying to look for a new home, new apartment, new anything, really, wherever you call home. This is the right time to make a serious decision about your long-term future. Long-term plays a big, big role in this as well. Being loyal to yourself and your plans, your dreams, your declarations, right? The advice is hard graft, which means taking things the long way, taking them the hard way. May not be exciting to go that way, right? But the results you get will bring you greater fulfillment than if you took shortcuts or took the easy road. A greater, much deeper fulfillment, and you'll be saying that was hard, that was challenging. But you know what? I'm glad I stuck it out. I'm glad I remained loyal to what I had committed myself to and not back. It would have been too easy to back off and drop it and walk away and turn my back. I didn't do that, even when I wanted to the most. Your advice, yes, that was your advice, that you'll get the greatest fulfillment if you take the long way, the hard way, the tried and tested way already, right? Keywords are order and planning, trust, work, property, investments, and progress. So this is your overall energy. This is your overall energy for the month. Just pop over and see what everybody's saying about that now. Yes, sir. Hey, Katie. Hey, Mysterious Mounds. Yes, it was. I'm good, Cora. Just a little tired, but I'm all right. Hi, David. You made it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. David's an old-time member, but we don't usually see him in the live chats. I think Brian was here one night a couple weeks ago, but yeah. So, yeah, my Lilith, everybody remembers that was around at the time. She went on a walkabout as well. Oh, for about 2.5, 3 months, I couldn't find her. And one day I got up and I walked away from my spot to go do something at the counter, make tea or coffee. I walked back and I went to take that last step to my seat to sit down. And I stepped on something real high. It was right there. It come out of the blue, out of nowhere. Right there, plain as day, middle of the floor. It's not like I didn't sweep and mop my floors for 3 months, you know what I mean? right out in the middle. I don't know where it had been, but she's back, and she's been back ever since. So it's all good. It's all good. So anyways, hi, Loyal to a Fault. Your next card, everybody, we're looking at here is in the Rider-Waite deck, your common beginners. A lot of people start, I call it, it's not a beginners, but it's a good place to start tarot if you're learning. But it's normally represented as the devil. All right, you got the devil. The vortex. And of course the devil is what? He's all about temptation. Always laying temptation in our path. A temptation to go against our own good judgment, our own instincts, intuition, trying to twist things so that they're hard to understand. Well, it's just easier to go with it. Let's go with it. And now you've broken something within yourself, some kind of commitment. And it's good to do these things once in a while. You sever things, but you plan on it. These aren't planned on things. All right. And I know that it showed, well, here's the thing. Here's the big message with this card. I'll just cut to the chase. With this card, the imagery speaks 1,000 words. And it shows a mer boy and a or merman and merwoman, we'll say. Yes, she has breasts. And they're caught in a vortex. Both of them, right, are caught in this big, looks like a triple or quadruple layer vortex. But outside that vortex, the water is very, very still and very calm. But they're caught up in stuff that's no good for them. Either one of them. It's no good for them. It's a bad place for them to be. They've got to fight their way out. This is a message for you. You got to fight your way out of something you're not happy with, you're not happy about. You have to trust, have blind faith that the direction you're going in to release yourself from whatever this is, or to get on top of it or get in control of it, it's you that has to do it. Here's the thing. Breaking free of whatever it is that is what's the word I'm looking for? Anything that's oppressing you, anything that's controlling you and you not it, right? Look how close. Here's the thing. You don't try, and you find out after the fact, you'll be upset with yourself. You'll question and doubt yourself. But if you go with blind faith, when you make it to calmer waters, you'll be saying, that was a heck of a lot easier than I believed it was going to be. Am I ever glad that I trusted and just went with my instincts? Because your instincts will be saying, you can do this. You can do this. And the conscious part of your mind's going, yeah, but sure I can do it, but what's it going to do to me while I'm doing it? Kind of thing. Am I going to come out, creeping and crawling, dragging myself on my stomach? Is there going to be anything left of me? You're picturing the worst case scenario. But if you see how close they are to calm water, there's the message right there in that's saying this is going to be a lot easier than what you believe it's going to be. For some of you, could be gambling. The temptation to gamble. One of the most common overall meanings of this card is affairs of the heart. In a relationship that's not going to serve you any good. If you're finding yourself newly attracted to somebody unknown, is where I'm coming from with this card. Taking on a project that is unknown, that you've never, ever, ever done before. Where'd it go? There it is. It's a disturbing card, to say the least, but one thing about tarot, the reason it brings this stuff up is to bring it to your attention. And sometimes it likes to show off, and people are saying, oh my God, that's me right now. I'm in this, I'm in that. This is going on. Oh my goodness. And tarot likes to show off and go, see, I know what's happening here. We know what's going on with you. Don't try to pull any wool over our eyes. All right? This is what's going on. And maybe some of you are now in the moment being attracted to something. It's just going to be bad for you. health-wise and financially. All right? Exactly. Yes. Ah, yeah. Wow. Well, it all depends what your perspective is. Trump my joy. Um, it really does. This is a general read. It may not even mean anything, right, to you, but to somebody else it does. So what we have, this can be, like I said, it can be a disturbing card, but in the end, you're being enlightened. That's never a bad thing, to be enlightened. Even if you don't like what you're being shown or introduced to still. But this is a card that reveals, for some of you, have this feeling of being trapped, feeling enslaved either by a job or a financial contract. For some, it is love and lust, and the common meaning of the vortex or the devil is affairs. The situation means you feel that you have little power. That's what it's basically doing. Pulling you out of a position of equality to taking a step down to having less power than the powers that surround you, which could be a mate or anything like this. And you're not feeling like you're in control. For some of you, you're almost feeling like maybe another party or other parties or entities or energies have more control over you than you do of yourself even. For someone out there, you may be feeling an attraction towards a person or situation that's not going to do you any good at all. This is all pheromones and chemicals, and the hormones are popping. You can hear them a quarter mile away. The sexual tension and everything that goes with that between two people. Does it mean because you strike a chord with each other that you explore that? Absolutely not. Because it's going to happen over and over and over again. And if you're not free to explore and get your nose out of there, I'm just going to tell you right bluntly, get your damn nose out of some place that you don't belong. And you know you don't belong. So what? There's an attraction. You're going to run with every person you're attracted to while hurting the one that claims to love you. You think about that. There's food for thought. Another meaning of this card is addictions, and it's being addicted to things that aren't really serving you any good purpose in your life. Again, it's going to be easier to break that habit than you realize. And you'll be even saying, for some of you, if I knew it was going to be that easy to stop doing that or to get out of that, I would have done this a long time ago. I was dreading the withdrawal. I was dreading leaving. I was dreading what can I replace it with that's good for me. Because normally with addictions, you have to pick up another hobby, but something that's healthy and it's good for you, right? Even exercise, right? Start jogging, start working out, going to the gym, whatever. But overall, the card's trying to bring you to the best place that it can bring you. Even though it's a devil card, we're trying. That's what it's all about. Addressing what's going on in some of your lives right now. And it's telling you, this is the truth. One thing about tarot has no conscience. Tarot doesn't know kindness or gentle. Tarot just tells it like it is. Nothing personal to anybody, but it tells it like it is. So you have to respect that much. Anything outside of that comes from the intuitiveness of my own gifts here. But being addicted to substances for some, even love itself, what is the best part of a relationship? Most people tell you right off that have not been in a real long term. Oh, the honeymoon period. But once that then it goes, for most people it doesn't go. Okay, if you've got like a honeymoon period and you're crazy about each other, you can't get enough of it, you can't stop thinking about each other, you want to be together 24/7, blah, 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 and on it goes. Some people, once that ends, and the relationship starts to settle into its own place, and that's where the depth comes in, and it begins to grow into something much deeper. But some people, not a lot, but some people are addicted to that honeymoon period. Once they get beyond it, they're no longer interested. You could be one of them, whoever you may be, addicted to the honeymoon period of love itself. Here's the thing. Whatever has you under bondage, know this. It is not you. It is an illusion that you're involved with, is all it is. You can decide when to break free, and you will, whenever you choose to do so. The choice is yours. Power's in your court. It really is. Nobody else can make you break these things, walk away, or end these things, or behavior. The advice is, if you decide it's time to break an agreement or a habit, just do it. Just do it. It's going to be easier than you think. Don't let your circumstances dictate who you are. Take back your power. But it's so much work being in control. Yeah, it is. Suck it up, princess. Give me something to really listen to that you can really whine about. You've got the power. What are you going to do? Nothing? You're not going to do that. You do that long enough, you'll have yourself convinced there is no inner power, that you have no control. All it is just a vortex. You just keep getting pulled down, and you don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. You take back your power. You get in the driver's seat. You take back control of you. Nothing else or no one else. You. Keywords are choices and contracts. Control, power, affairs, restrictions, and addictions. And another card that's food for thought. Your third card, hearth and home, is the Eight of Swords. And we're looking at an energy of restrictions going on for some of you here. It being an 8, 8s are all about change. Some major arm of your life changing, usually not your whole life overall. Not where you're feeling like your whole world's turned upside down, but one arm of it could be a job, could be where you live, could be a relationship. These are major things in your life. They're a big part of your life. But this is where the changes are supposedly going to be taking place here. So, and then we've got swords, which tells me right off, you guys got some serious decisions that are weighing on your mind, and you need to get out of your own way. How's that? You need to get out of your own way. Excuse me for one moment here. Is that right, Mystery? See, I'm not an astrologist, and I'll never make claims to it, although I enjoy it. I read my signs every day. 4 or 5 of them come in by email every morning. So I do, but to do it, no. I have no interest in, I got a phobia when it comes to numbers. Yeah. That's you're correct about that, Mystery. You really are. People don't wanna, it's almost like an impulse to not want to own up to what our problems are, or maybe we created the circumstances. We go on automatically. 99% of us go on the defense when that's first brought up in front of us. It's like this, and we can't avoid it. We got to deal with it. Yeah, it was because that went down, and that happened, and they happened, and that took. And this is what we do. But in the quiet of our mind, where we're not being distracted, you can't, between you and yourself, the truth floats there still, and it's up for us to take it. Or we stay in denial, and we know we're in denial, and some people are arrogant enough to say, I know I'm in denial. I don't give a shit. I like it here. Just that simple. I don't want to face the truth. You don't want to face the truth. You want to fix the problem that you left to fester. It's like leaving food to go bad. You let it go bad. You allowed it, knowing it was going to go bad. And figure you'd never have to answer to that. So it's a card about responsibility. But the thing is, with the 8 being all about changes, it being the 8 of Swords, this 8 means that this card is seeing you on the brink of change as you realize the way you're being restricted by your circumstances. That's a healthy outlook right there. You're recognizing it for what it is, and you're seeing it for what it is. This is a good thing. This is a good starting place for you. Being honest with yourself. This could affect a job. It could be in reference to a relationship of any kind or a project. This card often shows the relationships are on lockdown because one of you may not be able to make a commitment. Not that they don't want to, they cannot. They're already committed, or in a committed relationship, or in a committed situation where they give more than they get, and they've made this dedication. It's almost like a dedication for them to give to. It doesn't leave much room for anyone or anything else. In other words, being bound by too much responsibility, being locked in by too much and no room in your life or someone else's life. To make room, there's restrictions, heavy ones, big ones. The advice for you with this card, all right, and I would say this is basically all on the relationship end of thing, it falling into your hearth and your home, right, your relationships. Get practical and see that you are in control of your own future. I don't know why we have to keep saying that over and over again. When it's a given, everybody knows you're the one in control of your own future. And if by chance you're not, you're locked away in a dungeon somewhere and someone else got the keys, you're in charge of how you feel and how you look at things. You're in charge there. Nobody can take that. All right? Nobody. And never be afraid to take your stand. Move forward, Leo. Leo's not afraid of anything. Leo will step forward, front and center. Anybody that wants to listen, right? The show begins kind of a thing. That's what Leos are like. Leos don't like being restricted. Get practical and see that you are in control of your own future, regardless of what other people think or what they're trying to convince you of, regardless of that. You can free yourself by being less tolerant to the demands of other people. All right? Again, it comes back to you, Leo. You're sitting in the driver's seat, Leo. You're the one that's in control of your life, how much you're going to put up with, how much you're going to take. How high is your tolerance or how low is your tolerance level? You just can't live your life by what other people think, because nobody thinks the same way. And if you listen to one, you have to listen to all. And if you listen to all, you'll freeze, you won't move, you won't grow. Nothing's going to happen. You can free yourself, though, as I said, by being less tolerant to the demands of others. Your keywords here are separation, fear, burdens, a lack of vision, being stuck, responsibility, and change. So there is some major change coming up for some of you. The other side of that is these restrictions can serve some good for some. Some good for some. It really can't. You know what? We have to be our own disciplinarians as adults. You know, if I don't pay my bills on time, I'm not going to have bills to worry about. I don't have anything to, you know what I mean? This is a restriction. The bills get paid first. The important things in life, it may not seem like fun, but it will buy contentment and it will buy security. And we have to sometimes sacrifice in order to get what we want that way. You know, give eating out every night or every weekend. Give that up if you need the extra Skrilla. You know what I'm saying? There's a sacrifice, being restricted. Restriction can be good, especially if we put ourselves in restriction and we stick to that because it was our idea, it was our own doing. A little easier to swallow, a little easier to handle, and a little easier to get through as far as that goes. Just know that you don't have to be locked in, but you have to make restrictions. You have to stop something in dead motion, make dead motion in order for you to continue to move and to grow forward. Restrictions have to go in place for somebody. I don't know who it's for. Hi, Lee and Kyle. Hi, Deb. Hello. Michelle. How you feeling, Michelle? Hi, Kim. No, they don't. This is just it. How can you give 100% of your heart to anybody if you don't even, it lives within you. You're first. And if you don't acknowledge that you're the first, that centers and surrounds this heart. And as soon as you start to accept that you need to put you first, to love you first, to give yourself what is good for you, to restrict yourself from things that are not good for you, it's like any love. The heart will swell, the love will grow, and you'll have more to give. It'll be more pure, more intentional, more thought of as well. You know, I've got a problem. I know people mean well, but I get total strangers and they say, I love you, I love you, I love you, you know, even, you know, PMs and stuff. I think people, there's two sides of how you can look at it as far as loving goes and feeling love. A lot of people throw that term, I love you, around way too loosely, where it loses meaning. You get young couples now, they're in their 20s, like 20, 21. They're dating, and by the end of the week, it's I love you, I love you. No, it's not. They mean it, too. It's not like, oh, I love you, as an expression of whatever. It's dead serious, and that's thrown around too loosely. The word love and the actions of love, yes, they should be overall when we look at the world. Absolutely agree with that before anybody says it, because that's what we need, right? But the one-on-one of it, I won't say, it's rare that I say those words. There's a few people in my life that I say those words to, and I truly, truly mean it from my heart, with my whole being. So, and it makes me uncomfortable, and I don't want to make other people uncomfortable. There is this thing. Love is special. It's available to all of us. To give it, to receive it. It's a worldly thing. It's a human thing. It's a nature thing, right? Even the animals in nature, right from fish right on to whatever, there is a compassion for the weakest, the youngest. And we should all feel that way, right? It's just that too many people say, I love you. I'm going to kill myself if you ever break up with me. And 3 weeks later, they're off dating somebody else, happy as a lark. That's what I mean. It bothers me. It does bother me. Yeah. You got to the gym today. That's really good, Michelle. That's really good. Oh, really, Cora? That hit home for you. That's interesting. For the magician, yes. Our candle maker. Yeah. We do. We do, David. We do, we do, we do. It does. To the people that may be witnessing the self-love would say, wow, that's selfish. What about me? And I'm just like, what about you? This has nothing to do with you. Outside of this, got nothing to do with anybody. This is for me. And you know, in the bigger picture, why? If I can be a better me, a more loving me, that means I can love you that much more. I can be there for you that much more. It makes me a better person overall. I am a better person for it, and you're going to reap the benefits, right? But that takes time. It doesn't just happen. You know, some people, you talk to them, they'll say, I've hated myself for 25, 30 years. I've hated me. The only reason I'm here is because I believe against suicide, or I wouldn't be here. But some people, I don't know what takes them down that path where they get stuck in a place like that, where they're convinced that they're nothing, you know. I knew a girl one time, and she had a lot of self-loathing going on, and she was only 10, 11 years old. But she had a messed up mother, and the mother planted bad ideas and seeds in her daughter's head where she told her she was worthless. Like, you're never going to get married and have children. You're never even going to have any friends. Oh, the kids that go to school with, they're not your friends. You're being forced to go with them, and they're forced to go with you. You're not going to go nowhere. And that poor girl beat herself up for a long, long time. You couldn't tell her no different. Because if your mom said it, it must be true, right? It's terrible what humans do to each other. Terrible. The day we learn to think for ourselves, independently of everybody around us, the day we find home within here, within yourself. Yes, I hear you, Cora. I know what you mean. I know what you're saying, too. This is true, especially if you're a child, right? So I was referring to a young girl, preteen girl, you know, kind of thing. But anyway, let's move on. We've got the King of Cups. Understanding is the key word here. I am just sweating. Am I going to have to get my fan? I burn up a lot of energy when I read. When I'm done this, I'll be hungry. I'll have to grab something real quick to move on to Virgo because I'm not stopping until it's done. But I burn up real bit and I'm sweating, and I shouldn't be sweating. It's a beautiful day here, but there's no reason why I should be sweating, that's for sure. So we want the King of Cups here. This is all you, Leo. This king has integrity. Now, this is either is somebody that's in your life, okay? Or this is the energy that's sliding into the moment here. The king has integrity and honor and sensitivity. This is a energy that shows devotion, complete, without question, beyond doubt, without restriction. It is loyalty to your friends, your family, your work, what you do for work, your career, to you matters and it means something, and you feel like you're really providing a service of some kind. You're doing what's right for you, kind of a thing, right? And it shows when you make a commitment here that you are loyal for life, Leo, completely. Even if you're downright miserable, you're loyal for life. You've made that commitment. Sometimes you become a little bit distant, but that's usually because you feel everything so deeply. And if you pull away, if you resonate with this, if you pull away for a little bit, it's because you're trying to make sense out of something in your head, something that you witnessed, something that you went through. You're trying to make some sense out of whatever it is that's happening, so that you can deal with it and put it to bed and move on with it. But you're really trying to thoroughly understand the ins and outs of something that's taken place. A little upsetting, but still so much potential. So you're really, really thinking things through. You're sifting through information very, very carefully, and using your intuition at the same time. If you're resonating, okay, with this, the king's indicating that you should balance empathy with others with fairness to yourself. We're back to the loving self again here. You can be empathetic for other people. You can be there for other people, catch them when they fall, this sort of thing. But if you're not in tip-top shape in and out, you're no good to anybody. So we're coming back to that again. You got to make sure that you're balanced mentally and emotionally before you take on another's problems. You need to be fair to you first. This card also represents the ideal male partner. So if that's not you, then it's your partner or a potential partner, but they make the ideal partner for you. You feel complete. As I say, Tom Cruise, you complete me. And I know that's almost like I love you. You know what I mean? It's overused. Or you had me at hello. You know what I mean? That sort of good stuff like that. But the advice of the card, follow your emotions, but you don't feel like you've got to explain everything to everybody, your feelings included, because you don't. That's a choice. But don't let people pressure you into sharing every little intimate thought or idea that you have. You don't have to do that. Just trust that you're right. Your keywords for this card are fairness and empathy, sensitivity, loyalty, maturity, and commitment, and honor. Keep your integrity up front and center. Take care of you first so you can take care of everybody else, and you won't go wrong. You won't go wrong. All right, the last card we're looking at here, Leo, is the Three of Pentacles, and recognition is the prompt on this card for you. It is the prompt. Yes. Michelle leave? Okay, have a good night, Michelle, if you haven't left yet. You can come cook my supper. Alrighty, threes are wonderful. The number 3 itself Excuse me while I smoke, and no, I won't put it out. And if you don't like it, turn your head, please. Or you can leave. But the threes in tarot are, in any way, not just tarot, three is a highly revered number. It's basically a very powerful, a very, we'll use the word holy, a very holy number. It's highly revered, highly respected. It's the Trinity. It covers all three. We've got the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit here as well. It being a pentacle, we're looking at pops of color coming into your life that weren't there yesterday. We'll say this is really new, something new developing in your life. And when I say color, it brings a vibe of excited energy, higher energy, a full, strong energy. Lots of color coming into your, it just brings a sense of newness, exploration, excitement, happiness, joy. And that's what this card is bringing you. We're looking at the keyword, the prompt word for this is recognition. Oh, there we go. This is your message from Spirit if I didn't say so. So you may want to listen up, maybe pay attention to this a little bit. This is a card about receiving acknowledgement. And maybe those people you've been pouring all that love into, maybe this is where you get to take some back because they're shining in on you. Somebody is recognizing you. This is a card that's time for acknowledgement. Your work is receiving some positive attention, new clients, new business, happy customers, happy people on the other end of whatever it is you're on the other end of. Whether you're making a speech or you're organizing an event or you're doing a demonstration, if you're showing people your skills like you're being tested, these kind of things, your success is going to probably become a little more public than private. All right? It just made me have a memory of getting my hair done. It was the funniest thing. Rumor spreads real quick. It's through beauty salons. Any place where the main people are female, it spreads before you even say you're out. I'll tell you about it in a minute. It was just kind of cute the way it went down. But yeah, so people may be talking. They may be saying, maybe you can apply for a job as a bartender. You got to learn to pour 2 or 3 beer with one hand, right? And maybe you talk right to it like you were a natural. And now they're talking. She's like the queen of pouring beer or something. Oh my God, she's never done it before. I'm just using that as an example, right? Just a silly little thing. Of course, it's going to be something else for you and probably bigger than that for you. But other people are noticing your capabilities. They're noticing your expertise, for those that have an expertise. They're noticing your track record, which is showing pretty solid, pretty true. And somebody may be checking you out behind the scenes. You have no idea, right? For those qualities that they're looking for. They want to make sure anything they invest into you is going to be the right thing to do. So make sure that your track record's really, really good and it's really clean. On the home front, this 3 can show that now's the time to make your home presentable so that you can sell it if you're looking at that, or renovate, or even redecorate. You can even do some outside work on your property where in the beginning of the fall of the year. It's a lot of prepping goes on for spring and fall. So maybe some of you are doing just mundane, everyday things like that. Whatever you do now, you take pride in it, and your work will have a lasting effect. The advice of this, a card, the last words from Spirit are show off your work and be proud of your achievement. Further successes in the cards for you. Don't hold back. Don't sit on all the good things that you're capable of. Things that you may even, and you're allowed to do that. You can get a little egotistical and say, mine's better than theirs. It just is. And anybody that's seen mine would say so. You show it. Bring attention to it. Not as a personal competition, but put yourself out there. Get some feedback. Do you know what I'm saying? Keywords are reputation. That's really, really strong here for those of you that are working with your hands, or you're working for yourself. We'll put it that way. No matter how much you know, Can always learn more today and tomorrow and all the tomorrows yet to come. Life is about it's one big learning experience, right? Developing your skills better than what they are. It covers performance, reward, security, and completion. Security, completion, which is a beautiful word to end and complete this reading on, is the word completion. Don't be afraid to shine. Be very proud of what you've done, but don't really compare yourself to anybody else. I wouldn't encourage that. You wouldn't be so special if you were just like the other person, would you? That's what makes you stand apart from the crowd or from the competition or from the rest, right? And the cute little story is going to tell you, I went to get my hair done. So it was going to be a really long day. I was going to get my hair done and my nails done. And that's something that's a big, big, huge, huge treat for me. I planned half the day, and I said, I'm not used to this. I did have my hair done in April, and one other time before that, and before that I did my own hair for 30, 40 years. I really did. Cut, style, color, perm, the whole 9 yards. I just did my own because I didn't have the freedom to just pick up and go. I had children, and I thought of the money, and it is highly expensive to get your hair done. To get what I had, yeah. So anyways, what happened, the reason I started going to the salon, I saved the money up for it, very careful about that, make sure I've got more than enough when I go in there. But I would color my own hair, and the last time I did it here, back in April, instead of my hair coming out like the color that it is, it came out a strawberry blonde, and I was just mortified. And that sent me running into the beauty salon. And you know, when you're sitting there and someone else is doing it, it's really, really nice. It's awfully expensive. Anyways, I said, they had me, I said, you got to book me for one day. I live way out in the boonies in Chance Harbor, and I'm going to be dropped here, and I need a break in between. I'm diabetic, so I have to stretch my legs. I got to walk. I got to get a little bite to eat, and then I can get the other thing done. So they put me nails first. So, you know, we're talking to the girl with Brittany. She's a member of the group now. And we got talking about things and figured out what I wanted. She never had anybody because she had a tray full of sparklies and colors and shinies. And I said, that's not me. I want as natural as I can get. And I don't want the French tips. I don't want that either. So I just want the nails end of. So while we were doing the nails, we got talking about that. I don't know why I brought it up. I know what it was. I said, my nails look like the hands of a crack whore. Ever since I got sick in December, I've not been able to grow them or anything. So, and I said, they look terrible. People, you know, I turn the camera on. First thing people see is your nails. Then people notice your hands anyway. Like they notice your shoes, right? And so anyway, she goes, what's that all about? And I said, well, I have a YouTube channel. And I said, people see me up close, you know. I'm not trying to prove anything. I said, but I want to look presentable. You know what I mean? I said, and I hate my hands. I want to sit on them. My whole life I had long nails. And people would say, Natalie and her nails. Natalie and her nails. You know what I mean? So anyway, she goes, really? So I told her about it. And there were 2 other technicians in the room and somebody getting a pedicure behind me. So there was 1, 2, 3 other people with customers. So there was 6 people. 8 counting me and her. So anyway, we chatted about it. We chatted about the esoteric and the metaphysical, and she asked me a lot of questions. She was very, very interested in it all. She told me a couple experiences she had. It was all good. And before you know it, nails were done. I got my break. I went and I got a bite to eat at the restaurant across the way. I had a nice cup of coffee. I came back. As soon as I came in, there was my hairdresser behind the counter. Come on, let's go. She says, no waiting. So I went in and sat down. And she just put the cape around me and pulled my hair out. And this other hairdresser comes way out of nowhere. I don't know who she was. Still don't. And she leans up against this pole thing. And she goes, excuse me. So I'm sorry to interrupt. And my girl, Alicia, says, what's up? She said, it's for your customer, for the client. I said, me? She said, there's a rumor going around that you're a medium. I'm sorry, but that to me sounded just so. She said, are you really a medium? I said, of sorts. Yeah, I guess you could call me a medium of sorts. Anyways, then another conversation, another conversation came out of that as well. And it was just so, it's called Coco's Beauty Salon and Spa, and it's a big place. You don't know how big until you get moving around, and it's got several levels. And that's what she said. There's a rumor going around that you're me. I'm just like, oh my God. Anyway, that kind of like draws people in. I can't say no, of course. You know, I have my integrity about me. And I said, of sorts. What do you specialize? I said, I specialize in tarot. I'm old school tarot. Oh, well, you know, I had this experience. She starts telling me another one, you know, kind of thing. So let's get my hair done. This conversation went on and on and on, and this sort of a thing. And what do you think about that? And I said what I thought about that. And oh, you need a deck of, no, I don't need the cards. I don't need the cards for stuff like this. I can read between the lines. I know what's going on, you know, and if I don't, I won't lie to you. I'll say I haven't got a freaking clue, you know, kind of a thing. So, but it was a lot of fun. Is that right, Barbara? This is mostly white English-speaking women. There is a nail place. They do all kinds of stuff and pedicures. They call themselves the Star something. That whole thing is Asian. But this was basically, you know, they may have an African American hairdresser. I'm sure they do. They would have to. But I just haven't seen them. That's the only thing, right? All I seen were white young women. So, yeah. I know. I know. Hi, Julie PEI. Yeah, I know what you mean. The nail technician, I'll ask her private message tonight because she's part of the group. She recommended an oil of some kind. I forget the name. And she said, the nail bed's probably been damaged. It could be health or anything, but if you use this stuff and you use it every day and you rub it in real good to your nail bed, she said the nails will come back. I am also taking hair, skin, and vitamin pills as well. They advertise in hair, skin, and nails vitamins. And I take the 2 of those every morning, and that kind of, I don't know, it's supposed to help. And I've been eating a lot of eggs, because eggs, I usually found if I ate more eggs in 1 month, my nails would grow. None of that's working for me anymore. Maybe it's because I just turned 60, and the difference in my body from the age of 59 to 60 is horrible. I got crepey skin within the past year. I never had crepey skin. I never had bat wings or anything like that. When I pull my skin, it would bounce back. It doesn't. In 1 year. Be prepared, ladies, if you're younger than 59, because it's coming. It got me. It's going to get you, too. I'm going to stop for now. We're at 58 minutes, almost an hour, and I'm going to take a little bit of a break, grab a little mouthful of something, and I'm coming right back with Virgo. Thank you all for being here. And for those of you that just wandered in, if you're into mini readings, the mini readings will be happening tonight about 7 or 8 o'clock my time, Atlantic time. Keep the peace in, everybody, so you can share your light and your love out with the rest of the world, especially those that are needing you and needing it. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you all in a few minutes for Virgo.